Part 3 of our history lesson, Mobile Support. With the dawn of the age of smartphones, internet users began to carry their browsers in their pockets. And all those businesses that got their online presence going quickly discovered that their sites don't look so hot on a mobile device. Some failed to even function correctly. There was a knee-jerk reaction to the problem that saw web shops building mobile versions of sites to fill the need for a different experience on a smaller screen. All of a sudden, web developers found themselves needing to learn about browser rendering and functionality on mobile devices and determine ways to port over existing sites and web apps into mobile versions. And for a while, there was a trend of having a www site and an m. site, where www.thesite.com was the desktop version, and when visitors hit the site from a mobile device, code would detect that the client requesting the content had a mobile-like user agent string and would redirect the request to the domain m.thesite.com. But as developers worked to build out these mobile site versions, they began to identify ways to craft HTML and CSS that would scale and change based on changes in the viewport size. Responsive web design was born, and techniques were established, documented, and shared as to how to craft one code base for a website that would look great on a desktop browser and would adjust the content and layout flow to look great on a smaller device, all based on CSS and things like media queries and feature detection. So part of this web development achievement came from devs engineering new solutions, and part came from the standardization in specs for HTML and CSS, and browser adoption of these and of new features. At this time, native mobile apps were born, took off at a rapid pace, and never looked back. These native apps were not initially constructed on front-end languages, so at that time they didn't provide a potential career path for those working in the web development industry. What they did, however, is drive the dependency of being online and always connected through the roof. And as people started to consume these apps, they wanted more. They wanted apps for all their things, including those things that they were previously consuming via websites. Social media, sites and services like Facebook and Twitter, people wanted a mobile app version of those, and they got them. And when they did, the awareness of those sites grew tremendously. Then those social media sites started penetrating the mainstream. TV shows, ads for companies, physical products, they all started to promote Twitter handles and Facebook account URLs. The web and the understanding of how to use it, as well as the expectations based on existing sites and patterns, had become commonplace. The average consumer of the web didn't know what was involved in making it work, but they were fully aware of it working and it being an everyday thing. So when someone would ask a web developer, "What do you do?" and they responded, "I create websites and web apps," the response the developer got was no longer a blank stare. Instead, it was met with excitement and intrigue, and even a bit of awe. The recognition and concrete establishment of front-end web development as a serious career was finally a reality. In the next clip, we will go back to the future and talk about what front-end web development is today.